What's up, party people? Get it? Because biggest party of the summer. Do you get it? All right, guys. It's time for my predictions for night 2 of SummerSlam 2025. If you haven't already watched it, go check out part 1, which is my predictions for night 1 here. And let's get right into it. Let's start off with the most recently announced match, which might just steal the whole show. This is the 6-way TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. That's a mouthful, but you have the defending champs, the White Six. You have DIY. You have Andrade and Rey Fenix. You have the Street Profits. You have Fraxium. And you have Motor City Machine Guns. How did I forget the Motor City Machine Guns? I love those guys. I love playing as them on WWE 2K25. Not a plug, but I mean, 2K, if you wanna hook me up, I mean, like, yeah, cool. You know where to find me. Okay, so get into the match. Gosh, man, I said in the other video that this was going to be a pretty predictable show comparatively, and I'm kind of like wavering. Like, I'm between two teams. I think either it's the Wyatt Six retains or Fraxium wins, because if I'm thinking correctly, they're the only team besides Andrade and Rey Fenix that haven't won the tag team titles lately. So I do think that there is potential for this to be a night where Fraxium could celebrate. I just don't see it happening so soon after winning the championships for Wyatt Six, especially given like their aura and who they are, and they're pretty protected. So I'm going to go with Wyatt Six to retain. Also, I feel like when you think about all the people who do flippy stuff, they could all take each other out, or they could just get so hyper-focused on the Wyatt Six that like it breaks down pretty quickly, and the Wyatt Six kind of capitalize on that situation. So I'm going to go Wyatt Six to retain, but I could see Fraxium also walking with the titles. I unfortunately don't see like DIY or Street Profits or any of those other teams walking away with the titles at this time. He's got to defend it. He's got to defend it against a janitor. He's got to defend it against a valet. He's got to defend it against a doctor. Dirty Dominic Mysterio has to defend his Intercontinental Championship against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. I will take every opportunity I can, because I don't understand why some people can't understand this. He is my second favorite wrestler of all time. AJ Styles, he is the man. He is arguably the GOAT of the sport, especially in the last 25 years, and especially with the work he did in TNA. Come at me if you disagree, but I will die on that hill. AJ Styles, you're the man. I just don't think he's the man to take it from Dirty Dominic Mysterio, unless Finn Balor uses this opportunity to help out his Bullet Club brethren, and this is where we start to see the breakdown of the Judgment Day. And if Dirty Dom loses the title, I actually do think that the women lose the title the night before to Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. We really have a deconstruction and a complete implosion of Judgment Day. But I do feel like we still have more story to tell with Dirty Dom. I would love to see AJ win, but I really feel like Dom as the IC champ, especially with how over he is, we're going to continue to see him reign with the IC belt. So love to see AJ, but Dom, I got you for this one. Solo, brother, you're in a predicament, my man. You are in a predicament. You're in there with a Samoan werewolf in a steel cage defending your United States Championship. Your My Family Tree can't even help you out, but they will. Right? They'll figure it out somehow. Something will happen. I think, again, he just won this title. Do you really want to take it away from him so quickly, especially when he's now doing some of the best work of his entire career? I will admit, I said that Solo Sikoa, there was no way in heck he was going to win that U.S. Championship, and guess what? Gosh dang it. He did it. He won it. He should hold on to it. Jacob Fatu, I think you have a point right now where he doesn't need to win a championship. He's much more interesting chasing that championship now in the position that he's in. But also, he is a main event talent, so I think down the road you can get him to a point where like he doesn't need to. It's very John Cena, right? Like, think about John Cena. He won the mid-card title. He held it for a little bit, and then he went to the main event scene and then never looked back. I think you could have a Jacob Fatu situation very similar to that which John Cena had. Jacob Fatu could be main event in WrestleMania in the next 3 years. Crazy. Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu, take my money. You keep it. You can put it for a down payment on a new house. You can invite me over and we can watch WrestleMania together knowing that I paid for your house. So listen, I think Solo Sikoa wins. I don't know like how to get out of this in this situation, but I really do feel like there's going to be some shenanigans. Jacob Fatu just can't overcome the odds, and then we get Solo Sikoa to retain. There are a lot of matches for titles on this show. The next of which is really interesting because as we saw at the end of the last pay-per-view, this is kind of coming off of that. And we have a new world champion for the women's division, that being Naomi, who cashed in her Money in the Bank to interrupt one of the best matches of the year so far between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. This is very interesting because I feel like this is another scenario very similar to the TLC match where you have people who are canceling each other out, which makes way for a third competitor to really have an opportunity to like win the match without any real shenanigans. It's very similar to what happened at WrestleMania when Io Sky won in that triple threat match between Bianca and Rhea because no one was paying attention to her because it was supposedly between Bianca and Rhea. And then Io was like, y'all forget about me, and then won the match. So I think we find ourselves in a very similar situation, but I think Rhea is so consumed with defeating Io Sky that's going to be her undoing, and that's going to make way for Naomi to actually retain the championship effectively. Plus, it's really early days. If for some reason Naomi does get involved in Jade's match and costs her the title at SummerSlam Night 1, there's a chance that Jade comes in and costs Naomi her title match at SummerSlam Night 2. I just don't see, again, just won the title. There's so many people just winning the titles just all over the shows, everywhere. And I think that you can't, if you want to add value and prestige, like Triple H at some point has to stop like potatoing these titles outside of like the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship that seem to have longer reigns. But also at the same time, like if you have these newer stars, it's their first title run, you don't want to devalue that by saying, great, you have a 30-day run and now we'll take it away and kind of focus on the storyline we wanted to, which was Rhea versus Io. No. Give Naomi the title run. She's got interesting feuds to look forward to on the Raw brand with Rhea one-on-one, with Io one-on-one. But I think that for now, she really needs to distance herself from Jade, even though I feel like it's not completely distance, and have her stand on her own 2 feet and really like win definitively so that maybe we get a different fresh feud like a Stephanie Vaquer. I don't know. I'm just saying. So that's where I'm leaning towards is Naomi versus Stephanie, and then Stephanie can win the title at Clash at Paris. Like I think that makes a whole lot of sense. And then you can have Rhea and Io like try to throw down at Clash at Paris or somewhere else, like to really definitively set Rhea as like the person who's going to go after Naomi and take that title from her down the road. So for this match, this triple threat women's world championship match, Naomi to retain. So if we have Naomi to retain, we next have Becky Lynch defending the women's Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria. Whew. If Lyra doesn't win, she cannot challenge for the IC title. We've seen some great development out of Lyra Valkyria. I think she makes a lot of sense to hold down the women's Intercontinental Championship division. I can see Bayley screwing her over, but I think it would be more interesting to have Lyra win. Bayley comes out. She's like, listen, I'm really proud of you. Great job. And then at SummerSlam, just don't roast plan her. Don't even belly to belly, but like introduce a new finisher to take out Lyra Valkyria. There, I just solved all of our problems. I think Lyra Valkyria wins because Becky Lynch can eat that loss. She already has to Lyra Valkyria before, but we need a definitive winner. And then what do you do with Lyra if she doesn't win? Because the women's like main event scene on Raw is so stacked. Unless they're going to do a draft sometime soon and move Lyra over to SmackDown, like that'd be interesting because she could challenge for the U.S. title. She could also challenge for the WWE Women's Championship against Tiffany or Jade, whoever's going to win that. But if you're going to keep her on Raw, she's got to win the IC title. She just has to because it's too stacked for like the Women's World Championship. So I'm going with Lyra. Super not confident about that, especially because it's a title change. But I can see a path beyond this. If you have, Becky retain, then like who's next? Bayley, and then that storyline is still kind of progressing. So we're gonna have Lyra to win and then Bayley to potentially attack her afterwards. And the main event, it is a street fight for the WWE Championship, guys. Something is afoot. I'm saying this right now. I don't trust this. I don't trust this with a million-foot stick. I just almost tripped over my green screen. You probably just saw a wavy thing. And here, let's fix this. Let's fix this because I'm a professional. Listen, I have Cody Rhodes winning. I have Cody Rhodes defeating John Cena for the WWE Championship. It's kind of weird though because it doesn't necessarily fit in with the narrative of like he's going to hold on to the title until the end. But we also need to start building this like John Cena's not leaving as like a heel. Like he's not finishing his career as a heel. He's going to finish his career as a face because you can already see like that coming out of him. Like he feels bad about it sometimes. Then he always comes back to being a heel. But like you get the sense that John Cena it doesn't want to continue to be a heel and like he's feeling convicted and he's feeling like he should do the right thing. So have him do the right thing and have Cody Rhodes not. Have him given to the dark side. Let's see Homelander Cody come out. Now, again, if you haven't watched the WWE series on Netflix, kind of the behind-the-scenes stuff, I don't know, man. Like Triple H said, like, not anytime soon we're changing, Cody Rhodes for being our top babyface, but maybe now's the time. And being a street fight, the reason it gives me pause for saying that John Cena could retain is that you open the door for somebody like The Rock to come back and then go back to the original idea, which was giving Cody Rhodes the rub as like the new big bad and being able to run with the WWE Championship as this like mega heel who portrayed the fans. Very similar to John Cena. Now John Cena is the hero and he's going after Cody, or maybe Cody just defeats him straight up and then we have, hey, I love you, John. You're my hero. I always wanted to be you when I was younger. Like, we're buddies now. And John's like, great. You want to be in Peacemaker season 3? And he's like, heck yeah, man. So I don't know. I'm tired. But this whole storyline is like, where do you go from here for Cody if he wins and he's still a babyface? I feel like you don't have a whole lot of options, and I think we're going to need to like shake up the rosters. I think we need to get the WWE Championship onto Raw, get the World Championship onto SmackDown, create some fresh feuds. Gunther on SmackDown, Cody on Raw would be great. Plus, also you can run back Cody versus Orton. You could run back Cody versus Punk. You could run back. There's just a lot of fresh feuds if he's like the heel, and then you have all these faces. Actually, you can't run back CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes because it hasn't happened yet. But man, would that be a great way to do it? But also, does Seth Rollins cash in on this match? Would be very interesting. Would create an interesting dynamic and would get them out of not an unwinnable situation, but like either way, like this storyline could be good with either result. But it does kind of diminish John Cena's last title run if he loses here, although I feel like that was always the plan. Have Cena win 17 at WrestleMania, lose it at SummerSlam to the triumphing hero, which of course is, Cody Rhodes. So, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you let me know in the comments down below your predictions for night 2. Like I said, if you haven't watched it yet, go watch night 1. Give that video some love. I am Part-Time Gamer Dad, and I will see you very soon.